Howdy folks, and welcome to my 5,000 mile review of the Daytona Roadstar Gore-Tex motorcycle boots. Bottom line on this, man, you get what you pay for, but you're gonna pay for it. Fantastic boot. I'm gonna presume that if you stumbled upon this review, you've already read a few things about the Daytona Roadstar, and you may have read somewhere or heard somewhere somebody calling this the Rolls Royce of motorcycle boots. And you know what? That is a well-deserved title. These things are supremely comfortable, so well engineered. I mean, there is a reason why these have been a gold standard for way over 10 years now. And they deserve that title wholeheartedly. Yeah. Always imitated, never replicated, I think is the cliche that sometimes get used. Man, I think that applies when it comes to these boots. So I've been using these over 5,000 miles now. I've used them in all kinds of weather conditions. So from 38 degrees Fahrenheit and raining, which will be around 4 degrees Celsius, all the way to 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit and sunshine, which would be about 40 degrees Celsius. So I will tell you that across this entire spectrum, this boot has been nothing but fantastic. Some folks will say, "Oh, you don't want to wear a boot with a membrane in the summertime because your foot's gonna be sweating and you'll be super uncomfortable." Baloney with these. These work super well in hot weather, even though they are not perforated. They're just that well engineered. So let me tell you all a little bit more about these boots. So I've been using these over 5,000 miles, and for this review, I actually just dusted them off. I didn't lubricate them and treat them in any particular way because I wanted you all to see what regular wear and tear looks like on these boots. And except for a few scratches, and you'll see some here on the shifter side, some from my rear sets, and up here maybe from the frame, there's a couple scratches, but that buffs out really nicely, or polishes out really nicely when you use the leather cream on these. These boots have been pretty excellent. Also on the shifter side, you will see that the bottom right here, where I guess I'm shifting, got a little bit worn out, but not a real issue. Here's the other side, and this side looks pretty much flawless. This is the brake side, and this side looks pretty much flawless. Maybe just same little scrapes a little bit here, a little bit there, but man, after 5,000 miles, that's minor. And once again, I didn't treat these boots for this review because I wanted to show you guys what they look like when they're actually worn and used. And they are really, really good. They are supremely comfortable, not only in terms of temperature, but just in terms of how they lay on your foot. I mean, your foot is very, very well cozy in there in these boots. It's incredibly comfortable, and they are very comfortable on the bike and off the bike. You can easily walk around in these boots also. So if you're doing a sport touring ride, and it's kind of what they're designed for, and you're gonna walk around and explore and even do a little hike and stuff like that, you can do that in these boots. They are so comfortable and so versatile. They are really, really good. I was showing you guys the sole before. The sole is not super off-roady, but really quite grippy, and so works perfectly well when it's wet on the pavement. Like I said, on a little hike, on a little trail, works perfectly fine. I mean, really, really good stuff. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys about these boots? I mean, I'm completely new with them. They are absolutely fantastic. They were worth every penny. Oh yeah, comfort, sizing. That's really important. So Daytona's size chart is notoriously weird. And so size is different for everybody, but let me give you guys some corner points how the sizing played out for me. So in tennis shoes, I wear from Adidas a 44. And I wear a 44 because I have a little bit wider foot, and the Adidas and most of those tennis shoes that I like doesn't make a wider option. So I have to get a 44. I get a little bit of extra length, but I get just the right width. In Ariat Western boots, I'm a 9.5 double E. So wide foot, 9.5 length. So generally I should have been at 43 or 43 wide, which a W, which is wide, which is what Daytona offers. I'm actually a 42 wide in these. So on the width, I'm still within the measurement, but on the length, I'm actually one numerical lower, and these fit like a glove, and they did from brand new. There was barely any break-in required, and so if you're someone that's size chart, I think width-wise, the estimates are pretty good. On the Daytonas, but length-wise, maybe they're just a little bit optimistic, or however you express it. Anyways, you probably may want to consider, particularly in between sizes, to maybe go one down rather than one up. in terms of your numerical. All right, another thing about usability. As you might see here on this boot, and I'm going to use this one, it has 2 zippers. And those 2 zippers are awesome. And let me tell you why these are so awesome. Because when you are, first of all, putting them on, right? So strategy is quite simple. You get the boot on. You will zip the long zipper in first. You'll make sure that everything lines up the way it's supposed to. And then you will utilize the short zipper to finish zipping it up and make it nice and tight. When you get somewhere and you're traveling or you want to walk around, right? You need more comfort. You don't want to have your foot that tightly wound in there. All you got to do is move down the small zipper. You don't really lose any integrity of the boot as you walk around, but it gets more comfortable because you get a little bit of play. On top of that, everybody has different calf sizes. There's a little Velcro adjustment back here where you can adjust the calves to your comfort level across a really broad range. I don't know how much is this, maybe an inch and a half or so of adjustments on each side that you can play with. And I mean, fantastic to really just dial this boot in for your comfort. Another cool thing is, and let me open this up again, is the fact that the membrane and the outside leather are separate. So this is the Gore-Tex membrane, and they're separate. So what I actually do, and I use this with a race suit, but if you wear it, with pants, you could do the same thing, or jeans or leather pants or riding textile pants or whatever. I actually run the the pant leg over the Gore-Tex membrane, but inside of this. So pant goes over this, and I close up my suit over this, and then I use this to kind of frame this in. That creates a really nice tight seal. It provides obviously better protection, multi-layers, and they're all kind of interlocked within each other, and it is super comfortable. And so I really like that feature as well, where the membrane is not permanently attached to the outside of the boot. At least in the upper section here, it's separate, so you can play with the way you arrange your base layer and the mid layer and your outer layer if you have to. You could actually do it across, one inside, one in the middle, one the outside, if that was the best way to go. So I think that's also great. The waterproofing, it's Gore-Tex has been fantastic. There's Daytona actually provides AquaStop, which is kind of a treatment for this to make it more water repellent, make the leather more water repellent, which works fantastic as well. These zippers are, at least in my experience, waterproof, at least water resistant. Haven't really had any issues with them seeping a lot of moisture through, and my feet feeling moist. I mean, obviously not wet, it's Gore-Tex, but even moist, not an issue. I mean, these boots are just straight up fantastic. Are they cheap? Nope. They are not, but you will get what you pay for, as I mentioned at the beginning. Speaking about being cheap or getting something cheap, and speaking about treatments, don't skimp out, please. If you're already dropping the money on the boot, Daytona offers this set of 4 different products to treat these boots. There's the leather treatment. There is this black refresher, which helps remove some of the scuffs and helps get your boots nice and dark. There is this AquaStop I just mentioned that's supposed to help make the boots more water resistant. And then there's this turbo grease, which is for the zippers. There's some reviews out there. People complain, the zippers are hard to move. You know what? You should have bought this stuff and sprayed it on there. The zippers work flawlessly. You just have to make sure that this boot is properly maintained. This is a quality engineering product, and you have to treat it as such. And if you want it to last for you for a decade, and I think these will probably last me easily for a decade, then I want to make sure that I maintain them correctly. The shift covers here, the protectors work just fine. There's barely any wear on them. What else can I tell you? This is a really fantastic boot. I've been looking at these for years and always hesitated. And in retrospect, I don't know why, because I should have just pulled the trigger and bought them. By the way, if you are looking for an alternative, Daytona obviously has various boot models, and there is a lady version of this that even has they have an option also where we have elevated heels for some folks who have a little bit shorter inseam and want to have a little bit of help on the motorcycle in terms of their reach down to the floor. And so there's different options out there for you for a Daytona boot that to make it just right for you, and to make sure that you have such a fantastic ownership experience as I have had with these Daytona Roadstar Gore-Tex boots over the last 5,000 miles. If you want to check these boots out on the retailer and also check out Daytona's other models, there's actually a link in the description below to a retailer's website where you can check these out. If you have any additional questions, if I failed to mention something, or you have a follow-up question to something I was talking about, please comment below as well. I'll be more than glad to get back to you and provide you additional value and provide you additional ownership insights. If you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to bringing you all more videos where I review motorcycle gear. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.